Man, we are in the meat and potatoes of this hog now. We got the stator rebuilt, we got the points set, now we need to tackle this wiring. Will the wiring function? Yes. You know, we were missing our stator plug when I bought the bike. I want this thing to be reliable on the trail, so I took it upon myself to order a new wiring harness. I haven't changed a wiring harness in one of these in a long time. There's a major mess of wires in the headlight shell, and then there's a plug on the ignition switch, and the ignition switch is multi-function. It turns the lights on and off. So there's a lot of pins on there. There's a big connector. I think it's a round kind of bakelite looking connector, so we need to get in there. It exits on the right side. It goes up to the headlight shell. This bike is new enough where it has turn signals, so there's added wiring for that. I don't have the turn signals. It never came. I didn't get them with the bike, but it's all wired for that. So eventually we can put those on. So let's get in the wiring. First thing I want to do is get in the headlight. What's really nice about these bikes, everything's wired, color coded. And once you kind of learn the color codes, it's pretty easy. Greens are grounds. You know, turn signal wiring are like blue and orange, and it's pretty neat how they got it laid out. Everything has got, you know, these little bullet connectors, Japanese bullet connectors. British ones are different on British motorcycles. It's the same concept, but they kind of have a different nugget on the end of them when they snap in. Okay, so I wanted to bring you around to the front. And underneath this headlight bucket is where all of the handlebar and speedometer wiring meet the main wiring coming through the chassis. So there's going to be a lot of connectors in here. It's held in, the trim ring's held in by one screw on the left side. And it is, the hell, here we go. Ugh. I'm pretty fortunate that this bike actually still has the original headlight and the headlight ring, because a lot of these things were, man, you know, they went through the first owner, got to the third or fourth owner, and they just got abused. So this one, I think, might have went through an owner or two and then did a lot of sitting. Oh yeah, look at that. This still has the old sealed beam headlamp, non-replaceable bulb. You have to change out this whole thing. On some of the bikes, my other bikes, I just buy the whole new headlamp assembly with the trim ring, and then you can remove the bulb and change it. It's not as costly. These things, these Stanleys, they're getting expensive, man. Let me bring you in here. I'll kind of show you what's going on. Here you can see the main harness coming up from the chassis of the bike. This big hog right here in the back, and then it goes everywhere to all the accessories and the handlebars and stuff, and then the, you know, some of those switches talk back and send power different ways back through here. All the wires are color coded. It's not a big deal. So we'll just get to unplugging. Oh, like that one there already came unplugged. Looks like a turn signal wire, maybe. Yeah, not overly complicated. I'm going to unplug the light and put that on the bench, because I know this one's still good. I've never had this bike running, so I don't know if all this works. So if we screw something up, nobody will ever know. This guy here is the kill switch. He is, looks like he's black and green. That goes through the bar. That's kind of a pain in the butt, the way they did that. But they had to do that because in the 70s, I guess you would fold the handlebars down and throw them in the back of the station wagon or something. I have never had the need to ever fold the handlebars down on one of these ever. My 1979 was the first year for the BMX style, like a bicycle handlebar. Okay, here's the brake switch. Green with the yellow tracer and red. Now we got a big hog here. That is the multi-function switch on the left handlebar, high-low beam, horn, turn signal. That's all these here. Oh, okay, are we there yet? Gotta be getting close, right? Been disconnecting wiring for, ever. I think we got her. All right, so there it is. The main harness is officially disconnected from the rest of the spaghetti. We got all kinds of fun stuff going on in here. Look at this. We gotta pull this gasket out of here. And this little clip that holds the wire is kind of crude. They just kind of like, okay, yep, that's where the wiring's gonna go to the back of the headlight. We'll just put a little bracket on there. We'll feed that through. On the other side, we will feed the ignition switch through after we take off the special captive nut, and then we'll pull the wiring through the frame and get it out the gas tank hole where's underneath the seat. So here we go. Take the key out so we don't accidentally bust that sucker off. I don't have the special tool for that, so we just, give her a little tappy tap with a screwdriver. And now, try to feed this through the old feed and draw. Let's see here. Not all of them are going to fit through there at the same time, so I'm going to push some of those bigger, like 3 and 4 prong connectors. I'm going to push those through there first. And then what I'll do is once we get all these wires through here, I can have something to pry against and pry that grommet out of here without damaging it. What do we got? Look at there. All right. It's almost too bad somebody hacked that stator wiring all apart, because this really isn't a bad harness. I'm going to be keeping this, obviously. Oh, we got our coil wire. We got the wires that we repaired when we were trying to diagnose the no spark issue here. And there's our green. And there's our seafoam wire for the neutral light. Oh yeah, that's for the flasher cam. Battery connector. Charging diode. I got a new, this isn't like a Celilium or something like that. I got the more modern replacements like a Zener diode or something like that. Boom, tail light. Okay. The wiring should be free of the bike. There it is. Not a bad setup. Well, I'm going to match this up to make sure this still fits. That this is the one I ordered. I got it from my friends at CHP, and I ordered it by year and serial number, so it should be a pretty good copy of what I got. But you got to be careful when you order the wiring harness where all these wires are, what position the pins are. So let's go check that out real quick. I'll be right back. All right, so we're over here on the bench. We got our new harness laid out right here. We got our old harness here. Let's see what we got going on as far as wiring, making sure the harness is correct before we go through the process of putting it in the bike. Okay, it looks like the wire color for the neutral safety, the wire color for the neutral indicator lamp in the gauge went from like a seafoam green with a red stripe to a regular green with a red stripe. You can't have it all. It is an import Chinese harness after all. The green on the original harness had 4 positions open, This one's got 3, this one's got 1, so that'll take the place, these 2 wires will take the place of that 1. So this is a really good copy of this harness. It wasn't expensive either. Let me see how much it was. $32. You know, I was gonna buy like the end, this end and the blades to fix the original harness, and they were like, they weren't that much more or that much less than this whole thing. And I thought, well, I didn't know what was going on up inside here. I just figured, you know what, man, let's just change out the whole thing. I did pry the big nugget out of the frame, the big grommet, and that sucker's harder than frick. Probably should have ordered one of those, but whatever. Fish the harness through the frame, put this on one at a time, and try to pop this baby back in. That sucker is crispy. So I think we can get it done. All right, so let's go back over to the bike and we will stuff this wiring in the frame. All right, we're just going to reverse this process. I'm going to stuff this up through there. Let's do the frame. Try not to get battery acid on my flannel. Here we go. Oh, let's see here. Okay, I can already see. Oh, look at there. Just came right out. Yeah, let's get over there and get those drawn out of there. Oh, man. Maybe, yeah. Okay, looks like I got everything through. Where's my key switch? My key switch is way up here, so I got to fish that with my fingy. Where's my key switch? Over here. I remember this, I did this one time on another bike. It was kind of a pain in the butt to get the key switch going to where it needed to go. Here it is though. Oh, the spine frame, dude, this thing is awesome. Okay, key switch is on through the hole, on it's indicating. Oh no. God dang it. Let me see. Oh, my freaking arm. Yeah. Can't bend that far. All right. I really twisted. Give that a little lay in there. Okay, we're coming around. It's got one little tab. Kind of holds it in place. Look at it, just all kind of just falls into place. This is really not a bad harness for that kind of money. And this kind of goes underneath where the shocks go through, underneath the latch for the seat pan. Oh, this is a delight. This is a delight. I like this. Okay. Man, that was super easy. I probably shouldn't have said that because I just jinxed myself, but I feel pretty good. Now look at this fricker. You want to talk about a fossilized piece of rubber. Holy moly. That's okay. We just needed to do the thing. So let's feed these wires through here. The way this grommet was in there, the wiring exited the front of this giant hole in the frame. Let's see if I can't. Ooh. Yeah, look at that. Ooh. Let's actually start at the bottom, then I can maybe pry in. Let me see if I can get a prying device. This thing is like a freaking carburetor bowl gasket. Once you take that thing off, it'll never go back. I should have ordered one of these. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? That thing is tizite. Let's See if I can take this screwdriver and jam it right through the new wiring harness. Boom, done. Oh, dude, I think we got it though. Oh, ooh. Oh, all right, we got her. All right, don't be like Jojo. Order that when you're ordering your wiring harness. Be better than me, man. Ooh. Okay, let's see if we can't get this strung up through here. I'll put you up front, and then we'll start blasting through these wires. All right, man, time has passed. I got the rest of these wires all put together back in this headlight bucket. We got to hook the headlight back up. All right, that should do it. We'll just leave these tucked in here until we get some turn signals. See if we can get all this spaghetti back in here. That is the challenge. Without pinching any wires or... Well, let's double check, make sure everything's hooked up. I don't see any loose wires in here, so I think we're good. Okay, yes. Hey, look, man, I know these videos are getting kind of out of like whack or whatever, out of order. So, and I realized I forgot to record an outro for the wiring. So my take on the wiring on one of these bikes is, if you think you have a problem, just go ahead and change it. It's cheap, it's easy. This kit I got from CHP was right on the money. Now, if you're gonna do like convert to CDI or something like that, I don't have any experience in that, okay? I only do just get these bikes running, use them as toys. That's what they were intended. Just whatever. You can't buy a new harness from Honda anymore, so we got to go to the next best thing. Super easy, plug and play, everything works as it should. So I'm hoping you guys are digging just a real simple, getting this thing running deal. We're not going crazy with any kind of crazy engine swaps or anything. Just get it running so my son can enjoy it. Next thing we got to do is right over here. What do we got? You know what, man? We can work with that.